When President Trump signed the tax reform into law before Christmas, it ended 3 years of work for Congresswoman Noem. For her, it was personal. As a farmer's daughter, she saw her family's livelihood jeopardized when her father died. Blame the estate tax, she says. Well, with a lot of information and misinformation out there about what's really involved in the reform, we decided to go straight to the source. And a News Center One exclusive tonight, the Congresswoman sets the record straight on how the new laws will affect the ag industry. For Noem, when President Trump signed the tax reform bill a few days before Christmas, it was akin to crossing the finish line after a marathon.
This is a huge win, not just for the people across the country, but for the people of South Dakota.
While many of the tax cuts in the reform bill help corporate America, Noem says the new reforms are aimed to give more of a boost to the so-called little guy.
No, it's definitely going to be the family farmer. In fact, I had a farmer walk up to me the other day and say, "This tax bill looks like it was written by a farmer." And I said, you know, it was.
Now, for ranchers in Rapid City this week for the stock show, the tax reform bill is giving them an immediate shot of optimism.
Gives in our business, gives us opportunity to have a little more money to do research and development on our product.
With so much information about tax reform and farming being dispersed, it's been difficult to keep track of what's really in the bill. So a good time to check in with one of those who helped craft it.
Farmers were able to keep interest deductibility, which is an important tool that we need for a highly leveraged industry. Immediate expensing. They go out and buy a new tractor, new feeder wagon. They can immediately deduct it off the next year, which helps them reinvest in their operations. Section 179, which has always been one of the top issues in tax policy for agriculture, we moved that from $500,000 deduction to $2.5 million. So it's an even better tool.
John Mitchell, a partner in the accounting firm Casey Peterson Limited, says one positive of the tax reform law is that it will enable farmers to plan ahead beyond the foreseeable future.
The provisions in the tax bill that were just passed in December are pretty much in place and set through the year 2025. So I think we know where we're going to be for the next 7 years.
The one thing Congresswoman Noem wanted but didn't get in this go-round was a total repeal of the estate tax, but a doubling of the death tax deduction was approved from $500,000 to $1 million.
I wanted a full repeal of the death tax just because it is the only place in our tax code where we double tax somebody. It's an unfair and it's an un-American tax.
And it's this tax which concerns a North Dakota rancher and his family the most.
Passing on the farm to the next generation, I think that'll be the biggest benefit for us without putting a financial burden on them for taxes, for death taxes.